Good morning, sir. Welcome to SG classes. Today we are going to discuss the expected questions on the CMA Inter law for next attempt. So, the main problem with the CMA Inter law is syllabus is very easy. The thing is, syllabus is very lengthy, huge syllabus. Covering those many chapters, that much lengthy syllabus one day before the exam is very difficult. So that's why I have chosen a few questions which are important from exam point of view. Try to focus these questions 1 week before the exam and 1 day before the exam also. More probability of asking these questions will be there in the exam. Let us start with the first topic. That is a introduction to companies. Sir, this classification of syllabus is as per my material. So if you see institute material is covering everything in one topic only, but are divided into number of topics as per my material. If those who are following my material from first chapter, he will not ask anything. That is introduction to companies and corporate will. 90% nothing will come from this chapter. When it comes to second chapter, you can expect one question, for sure. That too, 1% company, foreign company, NPO, and small company holding subsidiaries, conversion of private company into OPC, OPC into private company into public company. So private company into OPC, private company into public company. He can ask for 4 marks or something. Again, out of these 6 questions, these 3 are very, very important: OPC, NPO, and small company. Again, out of these 6 also, these 3 are very, very important, most frequently asked questions in the exam. When it comes to incorporation of the company and incidental matters, documents should be filed with ROC for formation of the company. That is very, very important. And penalty for giving a wrong information, he can ask in MCQ, sir. If you're giving a wrong information as per section 7, so what is the penalty for giving the wrong information? Go through my material if you want. And which documents we have to file with ROC, very, very important from this chapter. When it comes to MOA and its alterations, schedule 1, table A, B, C, D, E is there, but tables he will ask for, he can ask for MCQ. Sir, I am covering both MCQ questions and also the practical questions, theory questions also. In CMA, only one practical question will be there, others are direct questions only. And doctrine of ultra-virus, he can ask in the exam. Alteration of name class, objective class, and register office class, more probability out of these 3. This one is only for MCQ, sir. And AOA and its alterations, he can ask procedure for alteration of articles of association, and service of documents he can ask for 2 marks, for 4-5 marks. Next, when it comes to prospectus, very important chapter, sir. How company may issue securities, he can ask. There is first section, the first concept in the institute material in this chapter, and private placement he can ask, and validity of the prospectus 90 days he can ask in MCQ. And shelf prospectus is very, very important comparatively. And liability for misstatement in the prospectus, then practically he can frame the question. Normally he can ask the date question also. Rules regarding the allotment and return of allotment. Payment of commission, very, very important from MCQ point of view also, sir. That is for debentures and for shares. For debentures, what is the commission, underwriting commission, and for the shares, what is the underwriting commission? That thing he can ask in the exam. So I am keeping them VVIMP also. Again, out of these 7, these 3 are very, very important. And when it comes to share capital, DVRs, equity shares with the differential voting rates, very important question. And share certificate, duplicate share certificate, he can ask for that question or MCQ also. And sweat equity shares, bonus shares, ESOPs, and buyback, very, very important from this chapter. And utilization of securities premium, he will ask, sir. So there are 5 ways to utilization of securities premium is there. How many ways? 5 ways. That thing he can ask. Difference between the transfer and transmission, he can ask for the differences question. One question will be asked in the exam for the differences. And refusal of registration and appeal against the refusal. Sometimes company can refuse to transfer the shares, private company or public company also. So that thing you can expect in the exam. Comparatively, DVRs and buyback, sweat equity shares are important. Again, debentures, tenure of debentures he can ask for MCQ, and creation of DRR, very, very important. And disqualifications of debenture trustee and duties of debenture trustee, this thing he can ask in the exam based on the trustee. So who cannot become trustee and what are the duties of trustee, he can ask. When it comes to deposits, few transactions are there, they are not deemed to be deposits, है ना, that thing he can ask in the exam. Deposits does not include అంటే exceptions to deposits, so which transactions are not deemed to be deposits he can ask. And acceptance of deposits from the public, public limited company can accept from the public also, so what is the conditions. And acceptance limit, so how much of deposits company can accept, है ना, so 35%, that thing he can ask in the exam. GDR, very very important from exam point of view. When it comes to registration of the charges, not that much important, but that's why there was no VBIMP. Registration of the charges, time limit he can ask, and registration of the charge by charge holder, that thing also he can ask. If company is not registering, charge holder can register, and satisfaction of the charges. When it comes to registers, foreign register is very important from MCQ point of view and also direct question point of view, because in new concept. And SBO, that is significant beneficial owner. Declaration of beneficial interest in any shares, these three questions we can expect. And when it comes to annual returns, he may ask contents of annual returns, that thing important. And meeting chapter is compulsory, sir, very very important chapter. Here he can ask the length of the notice of the AGM, that is 21 clear days notice he can ask, or notice by electronic mode, date question he can ask. Proxies and quorum, important. The MCQs also he can ask. Representative of central government and state government is deemed to be member, not the proxy, that question he can ask in MCQ. Procedure for poll and e-voting, and types of resolutions, ordinary resolution and special resolution. In last one is resolution requiring special notice. Out of these three, anything he can ask. Minutes are very very important from exam point of view. This analysis based on the previous exam questions, sir, okay na. And external general meeting, less probability. Rights of shareholder is very very important, rights of shareholder, and who can become the member of the company, who cannot become the member of the company, that question also. This question also asked in last attempt also. Rights of shareholder I kept in the question, expert questions, that question came in the exam also, last attempt. Appointment and qualification of the directors, here pakka from this chapter itself is very important, sir. From this chapter there will be one question for sure. Duties of directors, very very important. Disqualifications, who cannot become the director, and how many directors may be appointed, not that much important, he can ask in MCQ maybe. Resignation and removal of directors. Remuneration of directors are very very important. And powers of directors, internal financial controls he may ask, 1 star. And directors responsibility statement he may ask. Minimum and maximum number of directors he can ask in the MCQ, sir, based on this chapter number 14. So please note down all these questions in your notes also. Next, appointment of auditor, duties of the auditors he can ask, and types of audit reports at max, that are not that much important. That is types, audit reports are two types, no, but unmodified and modified. Again, modified is 3 types, na. This is clean report, this is adverse, qualified report, adverse report, and disclaimer report. So these things he can ask in MCQ, sir. And appointment of auditor, appointment of KMP, sir, this one is appointment of key manager person. So who are KMPs he can ask, so who are deemed to be KMPs he can ask in MCQ, or also direct question also. And ethics, the chapter is small chapter but 20 marks, sir. Those who are not my students, I personally suggest at least for this ethics chapter, try to get my material and read it. I made it so easy, that is also from CMA material only, but generally sometimes if you read you feel that it is clumsy, but I made it very clear, na. So try to, if you can able to get my material, at least this topic you follow my material. I made it very easy chapter, sir. And pakka question. First, advantage of business ethics he can ask. 7 principles of public life, very very important. And ethics versus law, difference between the ethics and law he may ask. And mission statement of ICMAI he can ask in the exam. And primary norms of business ethics. Emotional intelligence is very very important, again emotional intelligence, 7 principles of business ethics, these 2 questions are very important again. And this one 1 2 3 very very important. And explain the internal code of ethics and its relevance to business. So out of these 7, again these 4 questions are very very important. So you can get 2 questions out of these 7 questions, you may get 2 questions, 14 marks weightage, and you will get 2 MCQs. So if you see my material, I kept the MCQ also in my material. So those things you have to focus a lot. Next, introduction to law and legal system. Here, most important thing is elaborate the concept of ADR, alternative dispute resolution, mediation, arbitrage. Among them, arbitrage is very important. Among these three, conciliation, arbitrage, and mediation, this is very important. And explain the judicial precedents, a source of the, that is source of law. Also, he can ask, and explain how fundamental rights guarantee the equality. Not that much important, but he may ask. But here again, very much important concept is, that is ADR. ADR we can expect, sir. ADR we have three concepts. This is the conciliation, and this is the arbitrage. Third one is the mediation. Out of these three, he can ask anything. Next, explain how the customs will become the source of the law, and primary and secondary legislatures he can ask in the exam. Differences, something. Next, Indian Contract Act, very easy concept and your favorite concept. It is there in the CMA foundation and CA foundation also. Easy to score the marks. Again, here differences are very important. Contract of indemnity versus contract of guarantee, and consequence of absent of free consent, that is coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, mistake, and essential elements of valid contract, that is section 10. Illegal versus void agreements, very important. And also that quasi contra wagering agreement versus contingent agreement. Wagering versus contingent also very important. And minors agreement with a minor, important. Possibility of the impossibility of the performance, that is a void contract. In how many ways contract may be discharged due to supervening impossibility, subsequent impossibility, that is important. And this question is very important, sir. Without consideration is, can we expect the contract without consideration? Nudum pactum, no consideration, no contract. How offer may be lapsed, and right to know quasi contract, very important. This one is also very important. Contract of indemnity versus guarantee, already given. This you can struck off because I wrote in the first question already. So these are 9 important questions from this chapter, Contract Act. We can expect the bailment questions are here. Bailment, rights and duties of the bailor, bailee, he can ask in the exam. Bailment, bailor and bailee, rights and duties. Rights and duties, he can ask. One more question if you want. And from the Sales of Goods Act, contract of sale versus agreement to sell, very important. And NAMO non-code habit, sale by non-owners, very important. Warranty and conditions, we can expect, sir. And implied conditions, implied warranties. Rights of unpaid seller, also very important. Still, if you want one more question, auction sale, we can expect. Auction also we can expect, but not that much important. When it comes to NI Act, people feel it is very difficult, but it's very easy, sir. Especially differences between the promise note, bills of exchange, and check differences he can ask. And also holder and holder in due course, negotiation versus assignment, and types of endorsements. If you observe here, I'm giving the difference only. Promise note, bills of exchange, check differences, holder in due course differences, negotiation versus assignment, and types of endorsements he can ask in the exam from this topic. Very easy, sir, if you focus properly. Next, your favorite topic, easy topic, partnership. We have discussed in CA foundation, CMA inter also, different types of partnerships. That is a partnership at will and particular partnership. That thing he can ask. And partnership versus company, partnership versus LLP, partnership versus HUF. Very easy topic, and we are discussing from junior inter itself. That thing he can expect. Procedure for formation of the partnership, and this one is very important. Dissolution of the firm and dissolution of partnership. This question also came in the last attempt, sir. Describe the rights and duties of the partner. So these 5 questions we can expect from this chapter. When it comes to LLP, so mostly we can expect MCQ, and other than MCQ, we can expect the documents to be filed with ROC for registration of LLP. Advantage of LLP, very important, sir. And LLP versus company, we can expect. This is 5 star. This is 3 star comparatively. And Factories Act also, from here we can expect from Factories Act to Gratuity Act to EPF Act to Code and Wages, is sub milke, among the all we will get only one practical, one lengthy question, and from other chapters we will get only MCQ, sir, because its weightage is very less. So we can expect one MCQ here, that when we have to wash the building, when we have to clean the bathroom, how much distance should be there. So that kind of questions is asking in the MCQs, you know. So distances, so number of days. So next, if it comes to practical questions, I mean lengthy questions, measures taken to keep the factory clean, we can expect that question. And duties of certified surgeon, this question came in the last attempt also, important. And when it comes to gratuity act, continuous service, you can ask in the exam, otherwise one MCQ. And EPF act, we can expect one MCQ, otherwise permanent partial disablement and permanent disablement, that thing we can differences we can ask, he can ask in the exam. When it comes to code on wages, deductions, a lengthy question beta. So what will be deducted from the wages, we can expect. And this one is completely more important, central advisory board and state advisory board, who how to consider, and their rights also, how it will be considered, and how their rights, we can expect this question. And when it comes to so this is all about the CMA inter lengthy syllabus questions. So go through these questions, more probability is there. And CA inter law, audit, tax, CMA audit and tax, CMA final law, I am going to upload the video soon. So CMA, CA law, audit and tax questions I will upload. And CMA inter audit and tax also I'm going to upload soon, expect questions. And CMA final law also I'm going to upload the video soon, है ना. Have a great time, enjoy the day, prepare well. SG signing off, take care, good luck for your exam, है ना बेटा. You can subscribe my channel.